Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of How Many Ones? My name's Matt Clark, and with me tonight is...
Paul Buckler.
And...
the second hottest thing in the UK at the moment, Richard Belfield.
I'm pretty sure everyone's very hot at the moment.
Yeah, but was talking
Richard.
both physically and temperaturally.
Richard's very hot.
Yeah,
See?
I think we're all
I'll take
very
that.
hot, aren't we?
Well, we could arguably say that we're the hottest podcast recording right at this time.
Technically, yeah. The
See?
hottest podcast around.
At precisely 7:23 on the 25th of May, 2026.
Yeah.
Correct.
That seems fair to me.
So today we're going to do a tournament review for Realmshift number 1. Is that what it's called?
Realmshift 1 or Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
Yeah, because it's part of a series, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea is if you go to all 3 of them, there's a chance you can win something at the end. Probably a handshake from Ricky. Is that what
No, I think you get a
Special
ticket for
handshake?
Beachhead. I think you get a ticket for Beachhead. So it's not a
Which
bad
is
price.
good,
No,
if you're going to go
yeah.
to the tournaments anyway.
Yeah.
And speaking about price, that's probably the best thing. Well, one of the best things about this is this was really reasonably priced. This tournament.
Yeah,
This is
and you
good.
could get a deal for all 3. I did the deal for all 3, so it was super cheap.
Well, see,
Yeah,
I'm
so
quite
did I.
lucky. I was speaking to Ricky, and he was kind enough to let me jump on the deal because I didn't have enough money to start with. So I bought a ticket to the first one. Then I managed to get the second and third tickets for the deal price as well. So fantastic,
Yep.
I'm glad that you think Ricky did that just for you.
I'm thinking,
And that he won't do it for anyone else.
Despite him announcing it at the end of the
Yeah.
event.
Saying that, if you guys want and you want to come to the other 2, I'll do you a deal. You can still get the cheaper price if you want to.
So you're telling me that I gave him a hand job for no reason? God damn it!
Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, I assume one of you enjoyed it.
Well, if I'm doing it, probably not. Down, no lube. Hope for the best.
Oh dear. Okay. But before we get into our review of Realmshift, we'll do a little bit quick hobby because we just did a tournament, so that was kind of our hobby, really.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I have just been making some testicles
Oh,
for Nurgle because I had them. They've been boxed on my shelf since they came out,
Mhm.
and I realised I might as well make them. And then I made a new list and put them in it, or I edited my current list to put them in.
Yeah.
So,
How many did you get in a unit? Like, what is the unit size of those?
10 Pestigore. They're the same as Zangor, essentially, so they're 2 wounds each.
yeah, the Nurgle version of Zangor.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nurgle version. So they're pretty, but obviously 5 up save, 5 up ward by the tree.
Oh,
2 wounds
nice.
each, so not
Yeah.
too bad, really, pretty tanky.
Yeah.
For what, I think they're 140 points at the moment.
They're reasonably,
It's not too bad.
they're okay.
That's not bad.
And they get +1 rend on their attacks, which is rend 0 to start with, while they're not in enemy territory, I think.
Yeah, so when they're defending stuff, I think.
Whether
yes,
they're
isn't it?
defending or in neutral, they're better.
Yeah.
But they're quite cool models. And then I thought maybe I'll put in that shaman guy from Darkwater.
Yeah.
But then when I read him, he just gives them +1 attack on like a 3-up,
Yeah.
which you can kind of do anyway with any hero. So I thought, well, I'll just have a normal sorcerer.
Still a nice model though, isn't it?
Yeah, but because he's unique, you can't give him any
You can't upgrade him.
upgrades.
Yeah.
Is that the what's it called? Is that Belga? Well, I think it's something different.
No, that's the other one.
That's
So
the cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the good priesty wizardy lady. She's good.
Yeah.
He's just a unique. I think it's called Shaman Foulhoof. Or
Foulhoof, that's it. Yeah.
Foulhoof, I think is what it's called. So
I mean, there were so many Nurgle scrolls when we did that book.
yeah, there's so many heroes. So
Yeah, it's good that there's more of them because actually they were desperate for more heroes.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Talking about new heroes. Sorry to interrupt your guys' hobby, but they did announce today on Warhammer Community that Slanesh are getting the new battle tome and a new hero, didn't they?
They're another hero. Yeah.
Yeah,
Another foot hero by the look of it.
it was another hero as well. Which is
Lord
something
of
Pleasure or something. No,
Partying Down.
Yeah.
yeah.
I did read the
Lord of-
blurb, and the whole thing is like This is the law. This one likes to get people all jazzed up because he does loads of depraved things and he goes to parties. And I think that's pretty much it.
What if hysteria?
That's it.
So
I loved
we
the
should-
helmet on it.
So does that mean we can call him the Lord of Happy Endings then?
If you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
treat yourself. You treat yourself. That could be your internet lurk for this week, mate. You have fun with
Yeah. So, Paul, any little hobby bits you've been doing?
No hobby whatsoever, so that's an
No.
easy answer from me.
That's easy.
Sorry.
No,
Not had time to do anything.
no, too busy.
Yeah, well, after being away all weekend, I had to catch up on some stuff, so no.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Rich, what about you?
Well, I went to a different tournament on Saturday for Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah.
So between when we went to the tournament and now, I painted up a character for that because I had one guy left to paint for my roster. If you remember your comics or your cartoons of X-Men back in the day, if you're of a certain age, Pyro.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I had to paint Pyro up. Good, I love Pyro. He's fantastic. And then I finished off painting a 40k guy, Trajan Valoris, or Tragic Yan, as I've been told I have to call him. Finished off another. I'm sort of pretty close to finishing off another squad of Custodian Guard, and then I've got some other bits and pieces to paint for it. But that's my hobby so far. I was going to finish everything off today, but then I was like, I know for a fact as soon as I open the paint pot, it will just dry. Like, it's so hot, everything will just dry.
It's a bit too hot, isn't it, to paint or anything, really?
Exactly that. I feel like I'm inside a fire slayer, and not in a good way.
Oh dear.
Exactly. Tell me about it.
He's doing well tonight.
Yeah, doing well. Lots of good little jokettes.
Yep.
Uh,
God, I'm so warm.
yes.
Yeah. But no, that's my hobby. It's been good.
That's good. So, Rich, you can keep talking because you're now going to tell us how amazing our sponsor, Pro Painter Studios, is.
Well, I'll tell you what. And I tell you why, and I don't know why I turned into Uncle Bryn, but it seemed like a plan at the time. I recently ordered one of the new token sets from Pro Painted for Khorne, and it's really, really clever. It's basically 6 slots filled with 4 tokens each, and pretty much all the tokens you would need is sort of a mini travel version for Khorne. I had them all done with a specific design, so I can now pop them next to my units that are blood drenched, pop them down to units that got +1 to wound or 3 up ward against magic or manifestations and prayers. They've also got a unique kind of magnetic cover on the top where you can slide it around, and it looks fantastic and it covers it well. Would wholeheartedly recommend that to everybody. Also, generally speaking, both at Realmshift and at the Crisis Protocol tournament I was at this weekend, there were so many people making good use of Pro Painted Studios acrylic tokens. For Realmshift, it was to keep track of your army, keep track of Lumineth rune things that we discovered before, and I saw a few of those. I mean, it's wet elves. I don't want to pay that much attention to them, but I did see people using
they're
the
not wet
trackers.
elves.
Oh, sorry, they're
light
shiny elves. They're the shiny elves.
You're going to get us struck off being called an AOS podcast. You keep getting stuff like that.
I hate elves. They're all scummy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God, all of them. I just about don't include Sylvaneth in this. There's more trees than elves. Most of the people that were elves are dead. Anyway,
technically, Ideneth are more fish than elf most of the time.
not really.
They kind of are. Like some of them don't even have eyes.
Well,
They're
yeah, but that's down to Teclis being a knob end.
Yeah.
Which, if you read your lore, guys, was a good thing to do. Anyway, when I saw people using these trackers to track Lumineth, which are the shiny elves, not the wet elves, don't want to be pedantic, don't upset Matt, and they were being used and they were being used well, and they're helping people keep a track of stuff that's going on. With Crisis Protocol, I saw the sets there as well. They were fantastic to keep track of how much power you have, how many wounds you've taken, other abilities used to secure and extract tokens. Effectively, I'm taking a long way around to saying it, but basically, if you want any decent quality tokens for games that you play, Horus Heresy, 40k, AOS, Crisis Protocol, Legions Imperialis, and more to mention, go to Propator Studios. Use the code HowManyOnes. That's HOWMANYONES. HOWMANYONES. The code's on there. Get yourself 10% discount. Show your support for us, but also get yourself some high quality tokens that are going to do more for you than you could possibly imagine in terms of your gaming performance, because you'll be able to keep a track of things that you would not have even noticed before. So basically do that. And also, if you're at these events and you're running one of these events, you're like, do you know what? I'm having to take part in the event. I'd like to win something nice. You can get some trophies as well, because Propator Studios also do trophies as part of their sister company. So do yourself a favor, do your attendees a favor, do everybody a favor, and do us a favor, because we're lovely and I'd like to make enough money that I don't have to work anymore. Keep it going, guys, and support them is what I would say. Don't forget to use How Many Ones to let them know that we're fantastic.
Yep.
What Rich said.
Yeah, what Rich said. Do have a look at the website though now to see, because Matt's got the two types of tokens on, like Rich said, and the new style ones are cheaper and more compact.
Yes,
I
like the new star ones.
I'm a really big fan.
They're kind of almost like high end, I'd say.
Yes.
The old ones were still really high, they're really good, but these ones are like next level in terms of what they look like.
They're double-sided as well, aren't they?
Yeah, Matt's really put the technology to the test. He's done really well.
These are really they're well good. So go have a look, and he's slowly or quickly doing each faction with the new ones as well. So,
but also, like if you wanted something custom, like custom image on the tokens, I assume, or if you wanted a custom image on the packaging or whatever, get in touch. He'll always have a look at it. You know, the worst they can say is no, but 90% of the time he ain't going to do that. You will get better than you can imagine. Honestly, give them a whirl. Don't forget to use the code no matter what, because we're amazing and we deserve to be told we're amazing.
Yep, definitely. Okay, so on to Realmshift then. So this was a 5-game tournament. Again, it was at Entoyment. We've reviewed Entoyment quite a few times previously with the other tournaments we've been to. So if you want to hear our views on it, which I don't believe have changed.
No, if anything, they got better this time.
If anything, it's better. So have a listen to one of our other tournament reviews, and we'll let you know what we think of the venue. But suffice to say, it was just really good. So
definitely,
well everything.
Yeah,
really,
I think the food was way better organised this time, if it could be, than last time. There were no queues at all this time.
Yeah, there were slightly less players, weren't there, than South Coast?
It was only 10 less, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Yeah, it was 40 to 50.
Yeah, maybe then. Yeah.
I think they're just getting more used to having the volume of players they were.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see that it's something they're getting used to. So it's really good. I'm really impressed with it.
And like from what I've heard, like the staff they quite like us being there, as in like they enjoy it in the way that we're not like too much trouble. Not too much trouble. We clean up generally.
Yeah. Not
too bad. I'm sure we could do better still on that, but
in general, I think we're pretty good.
In general, pretty good. So we will save the excitement of who did best for the end for you out of the three of us.
Gee, I wonder who it was.
Yep. So, Poole, you had Stormcast, didn't you?
I did. I had the Prime and the 2 units of Annihilators in Drasta.
A quicker game as possible, please.
Quicker game as possible. Let's have something to do in every phase, though, kind of list.
Yep. So do you want to do your first game?
Yeah, so my first game was against Jake and his Sylvaneth. So Jake's a listener. He said he listened to the podcast, so that was really good to hear straight away, and he was enjoying it. So some positive feedback there, guys.
Hi, Jake.
So Jake had Sylvaneth. So in the group chat, because the group chat for the event, everybody's going, "Oh, Sylvaneth are going to be amazing. They're just going to win. Sylvaneth can do this. There's all these Sylvaneth." They were moaning like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
So I had Sylvaneth round one. Jake had a really nicely painted army as well. It's kind of all fire, glow kind of theme, kind of
the orangey one.
Reds. Yeah. It's really nice. had Alariel, he had Belthanos, he had some Kurnoth Hunters, quite a mix. It's not all heroes like you're seeing with some of them, but he hadn't really played very much. He said, look, bear with me, I've not played these very much. I need to get my brain into them. So we weren't super speedy. I knew what they did, so that kind of helped because I could help him through it a bit. It's a really weird game because I hit the Annihilators in the sky. So first turn, he deployed board edge. And I went, well, I'll just put 1 unit of prosecutors forward and score max 20 points.
Yeah.
Because I'll do 2 battle tactics and have more objectives. So I scored 20 points. Then he moved forward a bit. Then and scored 4 points. He didn't do any battle tactics. He only got 1 objective or something silly. Then he got the double turn and he chucked Alariel into the Prime and Andrasta. I thought, I'm going to lose 1 here. No, he did 3 damage to Andrasta, at which point they both killed her. So Alariel died turn 2 without me having to charge, do anything.
Oh.
Did she come back?
She did, turn 4, but by turn 4, I dropped my Annihilators, got a double turn, and killed everything bar her.
Oh.
And then she came back and charged the Prime and Andrasta again.
Right.
Did even less damage and died again.
Okay.
So I think it was quite a big win for me. It was 28 to him, 65 or something to me, I think.
Right, yeah.
Something like that. 65-28. So big win, but really weird game because he charged with stuff that should have done damage and just rolled really not great. I don't think my saves particularly spiked. But it was a really fun game, and it was just a bit bonkers how stuff kind of happened. But he was always behind on scoring.
Aren't they?
Yeah, he was always behind on scoring from the start once I went 20 to 4 up, at which point I didn't actually have to push very hard just to stay ahead.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's barely played the army. It was more about just learning what stuff did. And I think he got some better results as the weekend went on, I think. But really fun chap. Hope you're listening, Jake. Really enjoyed the game.
Good way to start. If you're not listening, why aren't you listening? Get listening.
Because they're definitely going to hear that, aren't they, Rich?
Well, through the powers of
psychic projection
or something.
Yeah, definitely. Rich, do you want to do your first game? You just gave.
Yeah, go on then. I had my wonderful scale list.
Yeah.
We went through the list before.
Yeah,
my patented Skaven list of weirdness that is always a bit weird. I had for my first game, Alex, with the Daughters of Cain. He was still learning the army. It's similar sort of thing, but it was an interesting list. So he had Fervent Ritualists with Marathi, Blood Sisters reinforced, another unit of Blood Sisters reinforced, Slaughter Queen, Hag Queen, Slaughter Queen, and Gotrek.
Right.
So that was an interesting one. I don't know why, in my infinite wisdom, I carried on using the really amazing tactic that I thought was going to be fantastic at South Coast, but wasn't.
Right.
Which was pop all my big stuff in an ore hole, pop it out right close, and I just get every charge off, right? Yeah. So the ore hole went down. I think I went first, which is fine. Popped out the Brood Terror, the one of the hell pits, the other hell pit. Had the Master Molder to give them all the buff. I was like, this is going to go great. One of them gets slaughtered, which after killing like four snakes, I was like, okay, well that didn't work well. And effectively, really well played. Marathi and Gotrek were on the left-hand side flank for the deployment. Just kind of went round, just killed everything together.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And it was just like, yeah. And it was like, well, Alex was telling me that for what he was doing, he's keeping a count of who got how many kills. And I was like, okay, well, that seems fair. Marathi, when it was going against the Pringles the Giant, Marathi did 24 wounds in one round of combat.
Right.
And then Gotrek did the other 11. I was like, okay. Took a while, did some shooting, managed to get Gotrek down to a couple of wounds left. Then he just rallied them back. And I was like, cool. It was just that sort of game. Like, I'd never come across Gotrek in a long time, since a couple of editions back, to be fair, or last edition. And Morathi, I suppose, having the Shadow Queen being able to be brought back, kind of means you could just chuck her in a little bit, like we were talking about.
Yeah, you
before.
can do. Yeah,
and that was it. So it was like it just rinsed the army. It was a lot of fun, and I always like seeing things that I don't often see. But it was a lot of fun. Scores overall, I'm just trying to see because I am rubbish. Scores, mine was 20 to Alex's. Oh, come on, work for me, computer. Well, I can't see his score, but I can see that he won. Because I'm not very good at technology, guys. I apologise for that. But I could see that I scored 20. He scored higher than me. It was a fun game, and it was fun to see how much output there is in Daughters. But yeah, the stabby snakes. I think that was my favourite point. I actually just remembered it now. When they made... So I was thinking, finally, my Storm Fiends, my 6 Storm Fiends might last more than 5 minutes. Right? The snakes gave the 3-up to strike last to the Storm Fiends, and then just Morathi and Gotrek just rinsed them.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was interesting. That was a nice little combo. But yeah, good game. I really enjoyed it. And I haven't played or seen Alex in a long time, so it was nice to see him and play against him, to be fair.
That's good.
How about yourself?
I had my Tzeentch, as we discussed last time. I can confirm that in every single one of my games, my opponent used the phrase, "Is this still your hero phase?" And I had to say, yeah.
Perfect.
Every game I got asked that question, which was fun. I played Russ, who is the Ginger Prince or something like that. I think he likes to be called.
Buzz the Ginger Prince, isn't it?
Yeah. And we definitely played before in the past. I couldn't remember if it was in Fantasy Battle or in an AOS tournament, but we played before. Real nice guy, really nice, good fun game. He had the Bloodthirster Army of Renown, the Khorne.
Yeah, the Khorne.
Solid.
Not exactly what I wanted to play in my first game.
No, it's not a great matchup, is it?
No,
I remember you being on the table next to me, and I was looking over. I was like, that'll be a fun one.
Yes. So they have an ability which means every spell I cast against one of his units, he gets to ignore it on a 3-up.
Yeah,
basically, it's unbound.
Oh,
if he rolls a 5-up, I take D3 mortals in addition.
Oh.
So I'm endlessly doing magic because that's what I've got to use to kill him, and I'm endlessly being
hitting yourself. Yeah,
basically dying. I mean, I'm getting fate points when I'm buying it, which is nice, but then the fate points aren't really helping me that much in this. It was so to start with, it was relatively close. I think I needed a double turn somewhere, which I didn't get, to be able to try and kill a couple more before he started bringing them back. But he just slowly whittled me down. It would have been a lot quicker if he hadn't rolled really, really badly for quite a lot of his attacks. I mean, like our level of rolling dice. It was almost fair at some point because it was he'd have like 5 attacks from the Bloodthirster, and then he'd get like 2 hits, and then he'd even roll 1-1 or both be 1s. At least that happens at least 3-4 times. So when that happens with that army, you just sit there, and that's kind of what we did most of the game. But I couldn't kill him either, because I couldn't quite get enough to actually destroy. I think I killed 2 across the whole game, and he brought 1 back. So I lost that one pretty substantially, 78-36. But it was still a fun game. I enjoyed it, and I definitely got quicker doing my turn.
As the game went on.
As the game went on, but I just have so much to do.
Yeah,
that it ends up being a little bit difficult at times.
No,
and I'm trying to remember to do everything. And I'm pretty sure I didn't remember to get fate points for losing priority roll, which I did a lot, and losing objectives, but until about my game 4.
Okay.
Because that's when I remember to do it, which might have helped me a bit.
Yeah, a few extra fate points is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially. So, Paul's on a win. Rich and I are on a loss so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, game 2. Rich, let's start with you, and then we'll leave Paul to the end because he's technically winning at the moment.
Yes. So my second game was against Lee from Club, who I've never played before, and we're always commented on about it. So I'm quite pleased that we did. He had an interesting list. Sylvaneth won. It was the Lords of the Clan. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that title, but that's what it was. He had Alariel, Drycha, Lady of Vines, a Grove Guardian, Spirit of Durthu, and a Tree Lord. Big monsters, want to hit things. And it was the really weird deployment. I can't remember what the mission is now, the second one, but it was where there's only 2 objectives. Is it life routes?
Yeah, it's life routes. You have to catch the bits of terrain to get you points to then score this one of the extra points.
Yeah.
The primary. Yeah.
So that made it difficult. I tried my patented, I'm going to pop shit out of an ore hole and hope for the best. Once again, I got one helper in who got minced by, I don't know why I decided to go that side, but Durthu and a Tree Lord. I ended up basically moving stuff forward, trying to capture little bits of terrain and stuff like that. I was sort of claw step moving closer to him and then redeploying backwards with clan rats to try and keep him away and keep himself safe. And then towards like turn 3 or 4, he was able to, which is amazing. I genuinely think is amazing. He made something that wasn't nearby overgrown, and then Drycha charged through it.
Right. Yeah.
So Drycha was then in my deployment and attacking Storm Fiends, along with the spell that is good at killing wizards. Can't remember what it's called now. The manifestation that looks like a bug.
Yeah.
And
Worm?
that was the one. I think it was that one.
Worm, something like that. Yeah. But
it was basically a long fight there. Eventually, Drycha got killed, but by which point I was so far behind on points, nothing could really happen because he was able to just move stuff through the overgrown terrain. He was able to just sort of have all the terrain, basically. Yeah. It was a really, really fun game. Again, don't know the scores because I am rubbish at reminding myself on scores, but I do know that my score was 40, and I know it was higher than that. Actually, I'm being lazy. I could actually just look on this app thing, shouldn't I, guys?
And then you can look at the player.
So Lee, 63.
63,
yeah, he got 63 to my 40. Alex got 71 to my 20 in the first game, I think it was.
Okay. So you lost, but you weren't smashed off the board there, were you?
No. It was interesting. It was almost like, it's bizarre, because I managed at one point to get Pringles into combat, which is the Gargant, with Lady of Vines and something else. But I was amazed at how durable they were, because Sylvaneth I was doing damage, but guess what? It's healing back up. It's really hard to kill these heroes, and I thought it'd be easy, but actually, it was a real pain in the posterior. But a well-deserved win from Lee. He did really well, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was nice to play Lee, who I've never played before, and it was nice to play Sylvaneth, that I hadn't played in a very long time.
I suppose where he had Lord of Clans, that's the always heal 3 one. Is that right? So he always heals 3 at the end. Lord of Clans, I'm pretty sure. Is that right,
yes.
Paul?
I think that's the one where you just flat heal 3 if you're a monster.
Always heal. Yeah, monsters always heal 3.
Which is really good.
Yeah. Just makes sense with his list.
Exactly that. And it's like, fair play, well-deserved, good wins. Well done. Yeah, no, you did really well. And it was a lot of fun. And it was nice, like I say, it was nice to play him because I'd never played him before.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Who did you have then, Matt?
I had another clubmate, Cameron, who
filthy
I had not played before, I don't think. He had Lumineth. His formation was the two units can fight one.
2 for 1, yeah.
2 for 1. He had a massive unit of 20 wardens. He had no shooting. He had 2 10 Blade Lords, 10 Dawn Riders, Altharian, obviously, the bane of my life. Some of the River Blades. And then he had the what's he called? The rune, the repainting the rune guy.
Yes, Caligrave.
And he had the Cenarian Lightener, I think it is.
The one who could do 2 casts. Yeah, 2 for 1.
Just 2 wizard. I think that was it. So he went first and went up high on the life route quite well. I think he was on like 5 turn 1, which made it hard for me to get up. I think he might have been on 6 actually, or 7. He got really high, just spread right up. So he to start with, it was close-ish. He scored 7, I scored 5 because I couldn't get the life route. Neither did any battle tactics. That turn it was hard to do. Then turn 2 came along, and he managed to get my objective off me because I tried to do a little weird setup thing to stop him getting it, but it didn't really work out, and I'd misplaced Kairos a bit and that sort of thing. So he ended up scoring 10 and doing 2 battle tactics. So he was up.
Way up, yeah.
And then on my turn, I got none for primary. Didn't take it back. Didn't manage to. But I did manage to do 2 battle tactics, which is quite good.
Nice.
He was very surprised at how good flamers are at killing wardens. As like one lot shot them and basically killed like 3/4 of the unit, which is quite good.
Yeah, really good.
But then that's what they're there for, really. They're there to kill those 1 wound infantry because that's what they're best against. So turn 3, we both scored the same. One tactic each and 7 primary, and then basically the time was up then because he has got to be able to move. I've got
so you didn't get that much.
It basically ran out of time, and then we kind of worked out at the end, and he won by 51 points to 49.
Oh,
yep.
So 2 points. So if I'd kept my objective or I got it back, I would have won. But those little minor tweaks I forgot to do, little positioning errors, cost me a bit there. It also didn't help that I countercharged in my Cursling because he gets to cast a spell, and then he obviously then failed to cast it. And I'm pretty sure Kairos miscasted me in this game as well.
Oh.
Which I'm pretty sure he did 3. I think he did it 3 times over the weekend for me. He did. Bit of a miscast.
Good old Kairos.
Yeah, which was kind of useless when he did that. But it was a good fun game. Like Cameron was fun to play against, and he's a newer player, isn't he? Relatively new.
Well, not that new. He's been around. No, I wouldn't have said so.
But
he's been playing for 3 or 4 years now, at least.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's a very good player. Him and Brandon obviously play a lot each other well, so they're both very good players.
Yeah, he definitely was very cautious with what he was doing in terms of where to put stuff or not, and like when to commit and when not. So, but it was definitely a good game, just a bit very close. So, which is kind of that's kind of the way I like it.
Yeah.
So, Poole, how was your game 2?
Well, compared to your game 2, which took all 5 turns, mine was a rather speedy game. So I played Rich with his IDK. So we've played multiple times. He's a regular down at the Curtain Games. He's also been to Realmshift, and I think he went to Beachhead as well. And he's played IDK since I can remember, pretty much. So he knows that army inside out. Scenario is one I hate with the drop army because it's so difficult to defend your home objective when you're going for it, especially against something like IDK, which is super, super quick. And the other issue I have with the drop army is if I can drop, I like to drop somewhere where it's next to slow stuff. So I can't get ganged up on by the whole army. I like if I drop and fail my charges and don't get a double, I'm only getting hit by part of it. But IDK is so quick, doesn't matter where I drop, he can probably put his whole army into me. Yeah. If either of those things happen, well, turn 2, that happened. I dropped, I failed all my charges. He made a 6-inch redeploy, which was really, really massive for me because it meant I basically couldn't charge anything unless I double sixed it.
Okay.
So I stood there, he got the turn, and then he hit me with an entire IDK army with run and charge. And there was not a lot left after start of turn 3, probably.
Okay.
So we called it like end of turn 3, and it was a big win to him. I think I had 13 points to 77 or something.
Oh, wow.
Because I couldn't tag any scenery because most of my stuff's in the sky.
Yeah.
So he was always having more of that than me. He's super, super quick, so he could just charge over to my objective later in the game and just get that really easily. But yeah, it was really quick, great fun. I love playing Rich. But we both knew it was going to be a case of if I drop and make my charges and double, I probably kill his whole army.
Yeah.
And if it's the other way around, he just smashes me, and it was the other way around.
Yeah. Okay.
So legitimately, like a really sort of bad mission for you, really, more than anything else.
It's the mission I don't like the most out of all of them. 2 objectives and having to babysit terrain where I have few units and they all need to go and do stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the way that army works. I sort of knew it before I went. I took it because it was going to be quick, and I think we finished in an hour or so, hour and 10 minutes.
Nice.
Lots of shopping time.
Yeah, no, it's good. I got to chill out.
Yeah. So, end of game 2. Rich and I are both on 0 wins and 2 losses. And Paul, you're on 1 win and 1 loss.
1 and 1, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, Paul, what happened in your 3rd game then?
So game 3, I had Dave from Club with his 6 Sigmar.
Oh yeah,
such
really
a nice
army.
aren't they? Honestly,
really.
If you're at an event and you just look at the details on that City of Sigmar's army, it is amazing. It really is. And he's one of those people who has actually gone back and upscaled it. We all say it. Oh, I'll go back and do some more.
Yeah,
never do. Dave has actually gone back and done it, and it has made a massive difference. Like he had all of the horses painted in the same livery, the same colour to begin with.
Right.
And now he's gone back and each unit's got 4 or 5 different. They're all individual. Oh, wow. It looks like proper. It's such a nice army.
Yeah. His yellow is beautiful as well. Like his Thundermen works really well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what scenario we played game 3.
I did say to him as well, to Dave. I did say that he's painted that City's army so good that it almost makes me want to like those models, even though I don't like them.
Yeah.
He just made it look so he makes.
And what did he win? He won Judge's Choice or Player Voted. I can't remember.
He got 2 awards, didn't he? I think
he did. Yeah.
I think it was Judge's Choice.
Player Voted, and he won Judge's Choice.
Yeah, I think he did really well. Really well in the painting.
He won Judge's Choice. I think he came 3rd in the painting. Overall. 3rd or 2nd.
Yeah, which actually surprised me from players' votes because it's really well painted, but doesn't necessarily have that wow thing that players vote for. It was nice to see the players had actually taken the time to look at the quality of the painting.
Yeah, that's always.
I voted for it.
Those. Yeah, I vote for it as well. And that's what I go for. I don't go for it just looks good army. I go for how well painted is it. To me, it's a painting award, so it should be based on the painting level, not just on I'm good with colours and I make this army look really cool.
Yeah. Well, I think Ricky was talking about in future events having coolest army and best painted or best painted army, and having 1, 2, 3 of each of those in future.
Yeah, he's going to. So which I think would be amazing. Yeah, be really good. So this one we played. I'm sure it was 4 objectives. Might have even been 6.
I think it was 6. It was
lots of objectives. I know
6,
that much.
And then diagonally across.
I know. Yes, it was that one.
I can't remember what it's called. They go diagonally from left to right.
So
what it's called, but yeah.
If you want a game that's the opposite of the last one I played, so turn 1 I gave the turn to Dave. He kind of shuffled forward, scored. I don't know what he scored. Not a lot. He scored maybe 15 points or something turn 1. Then I dropped my entire army and made every single charge, and both Annihilators got 8s or more, so his whole army was pretty much striking last against me. And in my turn, I lifted 20 knights, 10 swords, 1 cannon, the priesty woman, the ogre hero dude, the cavalry hero dude, and something else. At the end of turn 1, he had 2 cannons and a unit left, I think.
Okay.
And I got the double.
Not much then.
And I got the double. Yeah, at which point Dave just said, we're not going to play this. We're just because he had to get home and he was going to get some brownie points from his missus. So
yeah, that makes sense.
He was like, I've not got anything left here.
Yeah.
So I scored 70 because I couldn't do my 2 wrathful cycles because I was never underdog. So
no.
And I think Dave got 30 in the end or something, 20, 30, something like that.
Pretty big game.
But it was all down to me making every single trick. When that happens with that army, it just kills everything. It's so good at killing stuff. It's crazy good. Andrasta went through the old scenery piece to the back corner. 3d6 charged into all 3 cannons, so she tied them all up even if he got the turn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a big win.
It's good.
But to be fair, Dave was like, I'm just waiting for the new book.
Yeah, I think it's always hard, isn't it, when you're in that transition period when the rules are out there.
Yeah, well, it was especially because it was that weekend that they'd done all the previews on YouTube, like Man Reads Book and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he knew all the rules, and he was like, "Oh, just wait for this new book now."
Yeah,
I think he also sold a kidney for the stuff he was buying.
Yeah, I believe he is definitely spent a few dollars on the new City stuff.
I can imagine he'll be a lot stronger once he gets to.
Yeah, he's got more variety as well, isn't it? There's more variety. Cog forts, gate gardens, all that kind of stuff
in there. It's pretty beefy, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. So you're all Rich next.
Rich then.
Oh, treat myself. I got to play one of the people I really, really enjoy playing at events, and I hope you play it really. No, I said I enjoy playing. And that was Neil. He's moved on from Skaven, which is a little bit sad, but he was running a really nice, I say nice, I'm using the term very, very loosely, really nice Slaves to Darkness list, which was Be'lakor, a unit of Reinforced Varangard, a unit of Reinforced Varangard, Abraxia, and a Spawn.
Okay.
So, Neil, who is a very powerful man and who has played a lot of Skaven, he knows how Gnawholes work. When I tried my really amazing tactic for the 3rd game in a row...
You mean you hadn't changed the tactic?
No, because I was certain it was going to work the 3rd time. And what he had done, which was very, very clever, was basically make sure that he had the Spawn blocking out my Gnawhole the first time so nothing could pop out.
Yeah.
And then when I tried to do it at any other point, he had summoned one of the moving endless spells.
To sit on it.
Yep. And I was like, all right then, that's that kind of done. So I ended up having to bring the stuff out in my deployment, but I could only bring out one thing because his Varangard had pushed forward and started killing stuff. It was basically... I just got trounced. Like, he just charged with the Varangard. Be'lakor stopped the Storm Fiends from... no, it wasn't Storm Fiends. The Giant, sorry. I wanted to charge the Giant into Be'lakor and try and kill him. He Be'lakor'd the Giant, so he couldn't do anything. And that was it. It was that quick. It was a really fun game. And it was... The scores were... considering how much I was, smashed. He scored 65 to my 35. But it was an interesting one, and it did make me think, do I need to go and buy some Varangard? Basically. Could I just do that army? I would recommend it was a really fun game, and I always enjoy playing Neil. And he's a listener, so I did say that I was going to say how amazing he is. So, hi, Neil. You're amazing. Welcome to being talked about, which I know you didn't really want. So, sod you. That's what you get for winning. But yeah, really fun game and really fun. Really lovely army as well. I don't know if you guys had seen it. It was the Neil's is the army where it's the
very nice.
Vanguard, but he'd replaced all of the knights for goblins.
Okay.
And Bellicor was basically a squig with wings. And it was lovely.
I have seen that, yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice choice of colours as well, with the pinks and the pinks, purples, greens, which are always nice opposites on the colour wheel and all that. Really good fun. Definitely a lot of fun to play, and a really nice army. And Neil, well-deserved win from Neil, because he taught me to not be so stupid and keep trying the same thing over and over again.
I'm sure it's got a name, hasn't it, when someone keeps doing the same thing?
Yeah, insanity.
Yes.
Although I would like to say that was the last time I did it this weekend.
Oh, that's good. So what, after 8 games? Or maybe more, you learned?
So how would this have been 5? Yeah, 8 games so far. No, I said I would like to say it was the last time I did it.
Oh, God.
It definitely wasn't.
All right, okay, fine.
How about yourself, mate?
I played a local chap called Andy. Really nice guy.
Is that with the Iron Jaws?
Iron Jaws, yeah. Really nice looking Iron Jaws.
Yeah, they're nice.
Did he... I don't know if he won anything, but he probably could have done with the painting level, and that's really amazing. Really,
I think he has in the past with him.
Yeah. So his list was, if I can remember, he had 2 units of 10 brutes. I think it was, and then he had 2 6s of the soggy wreckers, and then 3 more soggy wreckers.
Oof,
he had a tusk boss on the big boar, and he had a little boar as well, which was the one without the side bits on it, the basic one, Ravager or something, or I can't remember what it's called now. Then he had a war chanter, Zogrod, and a shaman. Basically. So, yeah, even with my anti-infantry units, I didn't quite get through his armor of 3 up most of the time. It was very back and forward, and there were a few times where he took first turn and basically took on all the objectives, nearly. So I was really penned in, even though I wanted to teleport around to get behind him. I tried it with my Zangor a bit to try and get around the back and try to get in and kill stuff, but they killed me with 1 unit. Then he sent a unit back to kill him. It was so my unit of the game in this game was the Herald on Disc, wherever he's called. Can't remember what he's called now. Who managed to survive most of the game because he was hidden in masked by illusion. And then he charged in and killed Zogrod on my turn. I think it was my turn 5 or turn 4, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was good. Which is quite good fun. But yeah, he did sort of just wore me down a bit. I didn't have much left to protect Kairos in the end, so he got to Kairos pretty quickly as well. Because I was trying to kind of spread out and get the treasure I needed to get and kill a hero, which was not that easy to do against him. But I think I could have killed the Tusk boss early-ish. I think it was turn 2 I killed him, just because he was being aggressive with him anyway. Obviously, how my teleports work, I can get nice and close and blame him to death. But that still left another Gorger. Oh, and he had some... I think he had 3 of the little pigs.
3 piggies, okay, yeah.
3 little pigs as well. So he had a lot of stuff coming towards me, and then a lot of units kind of coming up slowly. Which was still really fast because of the war and everything else. So yeah, he won that one 74-48. So not too bad a loss.
No, not dreadful.
And I managed to do 4 battle tactics as well, which is quite good.
That's not bad.
But he tipped me a bit. He definitely grinded me out a little bit. So end of game 3, Poole's on 2-1, and we're on 0-3. Rich, correct?
Yes, you are stuck in my world.
Yes. So day 2, Paul. Do you want to take us through how you did, seeing if you continued on with your winning ways?
Day 2, I had the lovely Cameron, the same as you played on day 1. Really good game. Dice were weird for both of us. Like, I dropped and did some damage, but not huge amounts. But he hit back and didn't do much. I managed to leave Eltharion on 1 wound after he fought 2 Annihilators.
Oh, yeah.
And it got to like turn 3, and I was like, I think you've got this. And he was like, I think I have as well. But we had loads of time. It was like an hour and a half less. He goes, let's just play it out. So a bit of backwards and forwardsing. I zoomed my prosecutors around to grab objectives where I could. And in the end, it turned out to be a dead draw.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely dead draw. But looking back on it, this is the one where you only score in multiples of 5s for objectives.
Yeah.
Which means draws are much more likely, because obviously that's the same as the battle tactics thing. So there's no weird odd numbers in the mix. Because everything's in multiples of 5. So it turned out there were other draws in the round as well. And it's just that, I can't even think which one it's called now. What's it called?
I thought on this one you could get, you get more?
It's
points
just,
for more and points for having like 3 different ones, wasn't there?
No, you could only score like 5 or 10 for objectives.
No, I'm pretty sure there was.
No, I'm sure it was only 5 or 10 was the possible score.
Did you guys forget to read the rules?
No, we definitely didn't. Because I was talking to somebody else about it afterwards. I can't even think what the battle plan was.
Maybe there's something going around, and you got to.
Let me have a look at the battle plan.
Let me find it. I'm nearly 100% sure that it's you do get to have some stuff on it. Was it that one? It wasn't linked ley lines, was it? That we did that one before.
No, it wasn't that.
Here you go. Yeah, Bountiful Equinox. That's one we did. Was it Bountiful Equinox? Was it that one?
No, it wasn't that.
I don't know which one that is.
We played that one as well.
It was. It's the one with. It's the first one. Passing Seasons.
Passing Seasons.
This is the first one where they're in the corners. Yeah.
Was it that one?
Because it's because you get it.
No, we did Passing Seasons like the first game.
No, that was definitely the one we played. That's the one I played against Cameron.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because you can only score 5 points if you control each Gnarl route, and then 5 points if you Ochre. It's multiples of 5.
Yeah. Oh, and you have weird deployment where it's like
the
corners.
Yeah. So draws are really likely in that one.
That's my only input on that.
Oh yeah, this is game 4, isn't it? In my head, we're playing game 3 still.
No,
so
game 4.
Myself.
But yeah, it's only multiples of 5, so actually draws are quite likely because it's really easy for the scores to be level.
Yeah.
So no, it was a dead draw. Lumineth runes. Cameron definitely had decision paralysis.
Oh yeah.
Properly. I can see why your game didn't, with you with all your spells and rune choice.
Yeah.
Unless your opponent is like, well, you've had 5 minutes now, pick a rune.
Yeah.
You will be there till timeout, which is what I think we said that when we reviewed the book, didn't we?
Yeah. It's a tough choice.
Got a good plan. They're going to have to.
There's a lot of umming and ahhing. Which one should I take? Which one shouldn't I take?
Yeah. And they had the calibrate to change it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Too much choice.
But we finished well in time. It wasn't an issue. I think probably he played a couple of games by then, so it kind of got into the rhythm of what to pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, super, super good game. Dead draw. So 2 wins and a draw after game 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair play to him.
So do mine next then, the rest you can do.
Oh, go on, treat yourself, mate.
Yeah. So I played a chap called Nick, who was over from the Isle of Wight. He was more of a 40k player, he said. I think this might have been his first tournament. But he said all his games have been really good, and he'd had a nice time, which is nice to hear.
Good to hear, yeah.
And everyone had been nice and welcoming. He had Flesh Eater Courts. He almost had a Matt Clark army. It was really close. But
what did he have duplicated?
He had 2 units of the bats.
Okay. Yeah.
The big bat things, whatever they're called.
Terrorgeist?
No, he did have Terrorgeist, but the little bats,
the
flayers,
courtiers, the Vargul crypt flayers. Yes.
No, crypt. No.
Morbegs?
No. Yeah, Morbegs.
Morbegs. That's not the bat
Morbegs.
They're not bats.
That's the cavalry. They are bats, but they're the cavalry ones.
Yeah, but they're bats.
They are, but they've got their.
They're more bats than flayers are.
Really? I would have said flayers are big bats. Morbeg Knights are ghouls on bats.
The Vargeists are more big bats, I'd say, from Soulblight, and then the flayers are just flying big ghouls. But anyway, he has some of those as well, but only 3. He had the Terrorgeist with the Abhorrent on top, and he had the Archregent at the back, 10 Crypt Guard. He had as well the Regiment of Renown from Bone Reapers, which is the Volk Mortian's retinue one. So you get Volk Mortian, 10 Mortec, and 3 Immortus Guard.
Oh yeah.
And one of his battle tactics was I have attuned to guy around one, so you have to be in the centre to start with. So that's basically what he did with those 3 units, which then meant I could just charge them and shoot them off relatively easily. So, and that's kind of how this game went a little bit for him. He'd move it up and I'd probably shoot it off or kill it while keeping control of at least 3 of the objectives most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was consistently scoring primary. He wasn't quite doing as well as I was on that front. In the end, I won 60 points to 50.
Oh, that's close though.
Yeah, it was a close game in the end, but it was a good game. He was kind of up to start with because he spread out a bit, and then I kind of took it back off him towards the end as I whistled down his units. Yeah, it was good. It was a good game. He was nice. He was a nice guy to play, and he was good in his rules and everything, which was nice.
I'm just glad he saw the light, mate. Yeah. Come make AOS your main game, mate.
He's going to do. I think he'll do both, won't he? Because I'm sure new 40k will be quite fun to play as well.
I hope so.
Yeah, but so your game 4 then, Rich?
My game 4, I had the ever vivacious Mr. Michael. He had Knightly Echelon, Feck, with Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, a unit of Crypt Horrors reinforced with a Crypt Haunter Courtier, a Cardinal, some reinforced Crypt Guard, a Vargul Courtier, an Archregent, reinforced Horrors, and another Terrorgeist. It was really, again, because of the deployment, it was a weird one. I tried my patented technique again, which, unsurprisingly, did not work. So, sadly, I did not manage to get all the fun shenanigans off I was hoping for.
Poole, I think we need to have an intervention on Rich.
I think we do. We're
going to ban him from Skaven altogether.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to say, Rich, I'm sorry. We love it that you like playing Skaven, but in Realmshift 2, you have to use a different army.
Well,
get the call out.
To be fair, that is the plan. That is the plan. I'm planning to, next time I use Skaven, it's going to be at the Invitational, and then that's it. Like for a little bit, I'll try Corn out, see how they get on, basically. But so because of the deployment, which was weird on this one with the corners.
The corner one, isn't it?
Yeah. So I put my Norhol up. The way he deployed was basically I couldn't get close enough. He did his corner. I went to go close to his corner. I basically ended up charging one thing into some Crypt Horrors. Killed like 2, basically, so nothing major. And then he soundly trounced me, basically. I tried. He just was able to move them in. They moved so quick. There just wasn't anything I could do.
They can be quick, aren't they, Feck? When they get that spell off, a +2 move, +1 to wound, and suddenly they're like, the
scariest things going.
Horrors, at least.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he got off on one unit, and they pinned me in my own deployment zone, so I couldn't do anything there.
Right. Yeah.
the giant Pringles, I put him down into the edge of one of my deployments and managed to get him onto an objective turn 1, but he ended up being on that objective. But he basically spent the whole game keeping a Terrorgeist and guy on whatever it's called, guy on Terrorgeist busy until he died, and then that was it really. But that was like turn 3, turn 4.
Yeah.
Fun game, and again, it made me regret not using my Crypt Horrors in FEC anymore, considering how all I had to do was wait for one more edition, and then my list of insane amounts of them would have been fantastic.
Have you still got them? Are they gone?
I have got them. Sadly, they're on squares.
Okay.
So I might go and change them back, because I'm not going to use them in the old world anyway, to be fair. So I might go and swap them back. But our scores were, Michael got 55, and I, in my infinite wisdom, got, when I can find the list, 40. So it was a close one. Again, like none of these games which I'm pleased at, none of them are like...
No, you're scoring points and everything, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. But it's just that thing of I just either have too much in like focused in one place, and I'm not being, or just have too. I don't either. The stuff I've got doesn't do damage, or I'm just putting it in the wrong place basically, and keep deciding to deploy everything inside a gnaw hole is really stupid, and I've got to stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I do have
after this event.
I've got something that's going to help you, Rich. Okay, what it is it's this little thing with blocks. Okay, and you have different shapes on these blocks. And what happens is, if you try and put the wrong shaped block into the wrong hole, it doesn't fit. No matter how hard you try and ram it, it doesn't work. Okay, so what you've got to do is just find the right shaped hole for the right shaped block, and it works really well.
True. Maybe I should try that out. Back in the day, it was easy enough because you couldn't put monsters through gnaw holes. So it was like, it's easy, I just won't do it. But now I'm like, just put all my monsters in gnaw hole.
Yeah,
that'll work. So, yeah. But it was a fun game, and Mike was always a pleasure. I've played him a couple of times at different events. And it was a lot of fun. Like, I just never ever underestimate Crypt Horrors. Like, they're suddenly a lot filthier than they used to be.
Yeah. They're damage 2, aren't they now?
Yeah, they are.
Aren't they? Anyway,
damage 2.
Damage 2 is just good, isn't it? I think.
And I think they're better. They get more rend if they're charged.
They're anti-cav.
Anti-cav.
Oh, yeah. So it's just, I didn't have any of that, thankfully.
No.
Because Skaven, that's the one thing Skaven don't have.
They might be able to get anti. Can they get anti-charge with like one of their delusion things? Maybe.
I think there was that.
Yeah,
there was that one.
But I think that's from the big boy.
Okay.
Ushran. I'm pretty sure he gives them anti-charge.
I think there was definitely someone, but
maybe it might be a spell or something though, or
I can't remember. As well. It's been so long since I looked at the book.
Yeah. So, Paul, you're currently on
2.5.
2.5, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rich is on near 0 wins.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I've tried so hard.
Yeah. So, Rich, let's hear from you then. See if you can.
Did you get the win?
5.
Did you get the win?
Your win?
So, my last game was against a fine gentleman, a Mr. Simon Brindle. Oh, sorry, Simon. We weren't going to say surnames, but I have now. So, Simon, who I don't know if we've spoken about him in the past when people have played, but basically, he's roped into it because his son plays the game, and he's like, I'll join him. And I had a chat with him.
Was Simon one of the guys who was moaning about Sylvaneth a lot? Or was this afterwards?
This was afterwards. Because I think he played him like 3 times.
Yeah, I think that's what I think we heard when he played a lot of Sylvaneth. So.
And I think with his army, I don't blame him. He was running Gargants, and he had his Gargants list was... No, that's my list. Why am I looking at my list? That doesn't help me. Simon's list was... You're getting a little song because I'm concentrating. So he was running Take a Tribe. And he had King Broad, a Beast Smasher, a Gatebreaker, and then he was running the Regiment of Renown, the Rabble Rouser one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I tried my powerful technique of here's my gnaw hole, here's my stuff.
Oh God.
Rich, we told you that the square-shaped block doesn't fit in that round hole.
I know, but that's past tense, isn't it? I can't travel back in time now. And basically, I tried it. It didn't work as well as it could have. I'll be the first to admit that. But I tried it. I got one of the hell pits into one of his giants, because he kind of split them up weirdly. Like he had Kingrod and the Gatebreaker in one area, like together, and then he had the Beast Smasher on its own. Okay. And it's like, okay, that's fine. So that's the one I'm going to pick on. I chucked the stuff out. The hell pit, one of them got in on the charge, but he failed. Oh no, actually, tell a lie. None of them got in on the charge. So he came towards me. I then hit him the next turn with one of the hell pits, which he did kill, admittedly, because you put a hell pit into a beast smasher. Unsurprisingly, the anti-monster one's going to be really good against it.
Yeah.
But then I got a hell pit and brood terror into him. Managed to kill that giant. And in that time, I was moving my stuff onto the center objective, because it was the one where if you control all three colors, you get the most points. So I had the two in my deployment, and then the third color was the one in the middle. But I moved my giant up to the middle. I'd sat on there the unit of 6 Storm Fiends, and basically he came to me with the 2 giants as a man of education, as a Gargan player as he would be. He obviously tried the 4-up mortal wound dice every time, because you can't. Of course,
right? That's what you got to do. Yeah.
And it didn't. It went off like once, and he rolled the grand total of, that was 4d6, I think it was, and he rolled the grand total of 7 damage.
Oh dear.
It honestly.
How many ones? How many ones, Rich?
How many ones? Yeah. 3 ones apparently. 3 ones and 4 on the other dice. I was like, oh my god. But it was an interesting game, and I think that sometimes the dice kind of went against him. But I also think, like me, he had that weird superstition about something. So his was like, yeah, well, like you will work on your tactic. It's going to work this time. And he was like, I've been trying to have all of the giants separate, and every time I have them separate, they always end up suffering and losing and dying. I'm going to keep them together, these 2, and they'll be fine. And it wasn't, basically. Storm Fiends do Storm Fiends things, basically. So it was a good game, and we had a nice chat about it afterwards. Simon's score was 28, and my score was 65.
A win
to me. I did. I felt a little bit bad, because it's quite an early game for Simon. He was telling me that the only reason he's running this list is he was taking Monty to a team, which is his son, to a teams event this weekend, which just gone, and they had a player drop out, so he had to jump in on the Gargans for the team, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be thrown under the bus every game."
Yeah.
But he's learning it, and I think he's joining in a lot more events now, and he's really excited to try it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke to him a bit on the Saturday night, didn't we? He was out with us all. It sounds like he's quite into it, isn't he?
Yeah, so he spent the first few events doing like work on his laptop and kind of looking across at what's going on, and sort of each event he's sort of wandered around a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, and finally we've worked on him, and he's
now plastic curious.
Yeah, and basically when Monty hits the point where he gets to the pub and discovers girls and that kind of stuff, and stops going to events, Simon's still going to turn up, isn't he? Now
he's invested.
That's it. He's in.
We can always hope.
But it was good. He's a good lad. I enjoyed playing him. I think that given practice and him finding his army, it'll be great. When he finds the army he wants to run and does it well, he will be really, really good.
Yeah. Cogforts, Simon, that's the key. Cogforts. If I get Cogforts, you'll have fun shooting everyone off. Okay, so you got your win. Poole, how did you do?
I did.
So my last game was against Matt. Not Mr. Lyons, no, and not you. There was about 8 Matts there. So this was Matt with Iron Jaws, who I've played at every single Entoyment event.
Really?
Yeah. Usually day one. But this time we met last game with Iron Jaws. So he had 2 big pigs, 2 lots of 10 brutes, 10 hard boys, and the buff characters. He's a really good player. He knew what my list did. I knew what his list did. He zoned out really, really well early doors, so I had to wait in the sky until turn 3 when I killed a few of his screens.
Yeah.
And I dropped. I killed a bit of stuff, but never got the double. He always got the turn on me, so we just basically traded units. There was a big moment where he redeployed like 4 away from one of my drops, but there was still a guy 9 away, but I popped a big 11-inch charge.
Nice.
So I was able to charge the guy that and still get the stuff that ran away. Nice. But then in my turn, he did like an 11-inch counter charge with one of the pigs to come and clean up a unit of annihilators. So really good game. My favourite game of the weekend. Super, super close. And I think he won by 2 points in the end on the last turn.
Wow, nice.
Oh, it's nice when it's that close, though.
Properly down to the last dice. Basically, there was a bit at the end where there was an objective in the middle, and if he didn't take it, he dropped 2 points. And there was a choice between going and standing on it and leaving me like a counter charge with my vigilers or something. But if they got in and didn't die, I'd have taken the middle. Or the other option was just to charge in and hit them and try to kill enough that it didn't go. So he did it. He ran with them and left them as far away as possible. I think it was like a 9-inch counter charge or something I had. I didn't make the counter charge, so he got the 2 points just to win the game. But it went to that one last dice roll in the last turn for it to be decided.
Yeah.
I like that, though. It's always fun when there's swinging like that.
So it was a loss, but it was a properly good game, only by 2 points.
Yeah, that's good. My last game was against a chap called Josh from Solent Wargaming. Pretty sure. There are quite a few of their guys there, I think. So as we were playing and his colleagues were winning or losing quicker, he kind of came over. They all came over to watch, which was...
You got an audience.
Yeah, that was just fun. While I'm having to have my mega long hero phase. Josh had a pure Frog army.
Oh, it's the Trogs, yeah.
Not in the Army of Renown. He was in normal Gloomspite.
Okay.
Because he had a little bit of other stuff in there. He had the Rabble Rouser in there.
Oh, okay,
he had a unit of Soggy Spore Puff Fanatics, yeah. The Soggy Spore ones, which he was using to like jump around and try not to die, basically, and to capture stuff for him, because they got quite a lot of moving.
Yep.
Essentially, because I'd taken Master Pass and Treasure, and he put a treasure onto the boss troll.
Mm-hmm.
Not the name one, but the
like the big Dankhold dude,
the Dankhold boss. I was able to charge in with my 10 Zangor into him, like turn 1.
Yep.
To try and kill him from doing one of my weird little teleports I could do. And I basically left him on 1 wound. And then that was basically the game then. Because I just couldn't get through the trolls. I couldn't do enough damage in enough places. Every time I got them down, they just healed.
Right, they heal, yeah.
And that's just... So I lost that one 21-60. But he was really good to play. He really, really clean player with everything, really nice laid out, really clear what was going on.
Yeah,
I think he asked me twice if it was still my hero phase, so I enjoyed that. In that one, still really good fun game. I probably could have. What I should have done was, because it was the last game, I was getting a bit worn out. You just kind of want to, play as quick as you can in some ways. But I probably should have done as being a bit more targeted and just focused on the big units first of trolls, and then he did have 2 single Dankholds on their own as well, which were a bit menacing towards me. One of which I shot off straight away, which Flamers, but then the other one lasted pretty much the whole game and was a menace the whole game with the actual named troll guy.
Keith.
Yeah, Keith the troll.
Yeah,
Keith the troll.
The one who bonks himself on the head to get the bonuses.
Yeah.
Trog.
Yeah, Trog. Yeah, it's Trog.
Yeah.
But it was a really good game. And he was really good at using the rabble rouser to help him get run and charge, which kind of meant that he could really get into me really quickly if he needed to. So that was good for him. But yeah, really good game. But yeah, I lost that. So I finished on 1 win and 4 losses.
Okay.
Same as Rich. And then Poole, you were on what, 2.5?
2.5, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So Rich, you've got our standings, haven't you?
I have, my friend.
How did we finish?
In
the tournament,
last,
obviously.
yes, in the last play. How do we finish? Usually on my own, sadly. In last place, which may surprise some people, was me, and I scored 37. Well, I was placed 37 out of 41. Next was Mr. Matt Clark. 34th out of 41. And then top of the team, as it were, Mr. Paul Buckler at 22nd out of 41.
Mid-table madness, yeah.
Well done, Paul. You won.
Good job, Paul. You get to decide what maps we're looking at next week.
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, what could we pick?
No. But overall, I thought it was really good. Ricky ran the tournament really well.
Yeah, super well done.
He had little printouts for everyone as well, with your name on it, which is quite nice.
To put the scores on.
You can put your scores on there to remind you to do stuff, and that was where you put like your best opponent and coolest army.
Yeah.
And also on there it said like it said what you were playing, didn't it?
It said the battle plan, but I didn't even realise that until we got to the last game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's actually really good, because if something goes wrong with the interweb, then he's got backup, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. And that makes sense.
Very well organised, definitely.
Very organised. Yeah. So I have one question for both of you, because you both did play these armies.
Yes.
What's your views on Sylvaneth and Daughters now, having played against them?
Sylvaneth are good. Slightly undercosted, but not by much. But their skill cap on Sylvaneth is really high. So if you're a very, very good player, I think they're amazing. But I think if you're just a normal player, like most of us, then they're really tricky to use. You've got to play them dead right. You make a mistake and you probably will end up in trouble.
Yeah.
Whereas Daughters, I think, are a little bit too cheap.
I think that's it. Like that was my experience as well. Like Daughters, everything was far too small, like price-wise.
It felt like they had too much on the board.
A little bit too much, and also the skill cap on them is a bit lower because they're a killy army.
Yeah.
So if you just put the killer units on the board and charge stuff, you'll probably do quite well, because you get more than you should, and it kills really well.
Okay.
Yeah. Sylvaneth are fine. I don't think it's much. I don't know if mine's really representative of Sylvaneth as a whole, because it was basically Monster Mash, but they were fine.
I mean, highest place Sylvaneth was what, 10th?
Yeah.
So
they're not bent. They're not broken or anything. No. They're just really good at playing objectives because they have so much movement.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's fair play to them. Like Sylvaneth's fine. Daughters are fine even, because I think that if I think I'd have a slightly different game if my really terrible tactic had gone off and I've got all 3 monsters in. I destroy a unit of snakes, and then suddenly then he's just got to deal with them, spend a couple of turns trying to deal with them 3. I think that snakes being 3 wounds, being as fight as they are, being able to chuck out strike last, and being, what were the points on them again?
Too low is the answer.
Yeah,
130 for 5, is it? 140?
140 for 5, I think.
Yeah, something
what
like
are
that.
The fighty snakes called?
They can only make.
They're 150
for infantry strike last day.
Yeah, but
infantry and cavalry only. It's not.
Well, for me, for me, they went against my Storm Fiends, which were one of my big fighty bits, and their infantry. Sadly, it meant I just couldn't.
They also make the strike last, don't they?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. But I can't complain. It was a good game.
No.
I like them as armies, and I think they're fine. I think Paul's sort of hit the nail on the head that you can probably pick them up and do okay or do good, but it'll be hard to score top tables unless you've got those practice games in and you know what you're doing with them, is what I would say. Because the skill ceiling, I think the skill ceiling is pretty high on them. Like, they're easy to pick up, easy to get the basics of, but if you want to win big, you're going to have to practice them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But last question before we finish. Are you guys for Realmshift 2 or Part 2 or Round 2, whatever we're calling it, number 2?
Poos.
Yeah. What armies are you guys thinking of?
Hoping to get my Hellsmith.
You can't do Skaven.
I'm hoping to get my Hellsmith done.
Okay.
Cool. I'm hoping to get my Khorne done. They might not be painted well, but they will be done quick. We've
got a bit of time, haven't we, for this, though? Which is August?
Yeah. I've invested in, thanks to the help of Mr. Matt Clark, I've invested in a Khorne red spray paint, a Mephiston red spray paint, and then I'm going to buy some bronze, and that should pretty much do Khorne for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's just red, but that'd be a quick one, and then I would like to say I'd do a Dave and go back and do it, fix them up, but I doubt it.
You won't.
But no, I won't. I like painting skin, and my list, I know already what my list is going to be. It's going to be all foot dudes. But I suppose, like anything, actually, we're saying about this being in August, but when the new GHB comes out, which if you guys who are listening to this want to find out more about it, when it comes out, we'll do a review, we'll discuss it, we'll talk about the options for you then, so please make sure you listen to that. But when the new GHB comes out, new range of tactics, new range of everything, and suddenly what I think is okay list or not a good list might be terrible, might be amazing. In fact, who knows, my Skaven list might be amazing. I doubt it, but it might be.
No Skaven. You are hereby banned from Skaven for the next Realmshift tournament.
Can I go back to them one after?
Yes, that's fine. But you have to have one without.
All right. In that case, if the worst comes to worst, I might borrow someone's army if I don't get it done.
That's fine. You can borrow one of mine. Or I'm sure Paul will borrow one of his if you ask.
Yeah. It got to the point where I was thinking I'd probably score better if I just took Gargants.
Maybe.
You can play drop Stormcast, Rich. It's easy.
I have heard it did do really well. It got 4th, didn't it, overall?
It did.
Mr. Propated himself.
Mr. Leon, he did really well.
Matt, always 4th.
Yeah.
Leon's.
Matt, so close.
Funny story as well. We were both playing in that Marvel Crisis Protocol the weekend event.
Yeah.
And I was only 8 players, so I came 6th out of 8. Matt came 4th.
That's good.
I mean, he might as well just go, I'm going to come 4th and not bother now.
Yeah, just done. I'm 4th. See you later.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add about Realmshift? Pretty happy?
I think
really good. Super event.
There might be some tickets still.
Yeah, there's tickets definitely for the second one, Ricky said. He sold quite a few, actually, of people signed up straight away after this one. So
that's good.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Recommend it totally.
It's already a funny time of the year, isn't it? Because it's a very
school holidays and stuff. So interesting to see how it does in that kind of slot, won't it?
Hopefully, it'll be a bit less hot.
Well, I was there this weekend and it was very warm. Very warm. And I was we were down by the doors by the smoking shelter. So it was breezy, but warm. But yeah, Realmshift, fantastic. Really well done, Ricky. Congratulations, mate. And long may you keep doing them.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
So going forward, we will do cities next, I expect.
Yep.
Once it's out, and then we'll do Slanesh, because that sounds going to be out quite soon.
There'll be a GHB somewhere in the mix, I guess.
I've got a feeling GHB will be early June. That's what I'm reckoning.
You think?
Oh, hold on.
Maybe they'll do it with Slanesh. Never know.
Maybe, because
that'd be quite cool.
They put something on the community site, didn't they, about it being next month?
Yeah.
And then they took it down and changed the wording.
Oh, did they?
They took it down and went in the future soon.
Oh, there we go.
I wonder though, because if you think about it, maybe will they bring out before 40k, like the week or two before, to try and?
So I don't think so, because I have in my internet scrollings.
Lurking
around.
His lurking worms.
He's lurking, yeah.
So I've been lurking around looking at like 40k stuff, and there's a guy called Valrak. I think that's how I say his name.
Commander Valrak. I watch him sometimes.
Who does a lot of. He's quite well thought of and known in the 40k scene, and he said it's going to be. I think next Sunday will be it's coming next week one. So it'll be pre-order 6th of June.
Okay.
Potentially. So I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to go straight into Armageddon next, I reckon. Box set.
I mean, that's fine.
Slanesh might be in the middle.
Maybe.
Might be Slanesh in the middle, and then it might be the rest of the 40k stuff.
I feel Slanesh is a little bit further away from the way they dropped that.
Maybe.
I think it was dropped in for a hi guys, we haven't forgotten you kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I reckon GHB will be next.
Yeah. We'll see.
But you know what? There's a really good way to find out, guys. If you want to get involved, why not comment? Why not comment to us on any of the ways we have to comment us? Contact us on our socials. Tell us what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I the hottest man this side of Alabama? We don't know. We want your opinion. Get it on the YouTube videos.
If there's anything you guys would like to see us do, like if you're interested, I mean, in terms of podcast, not in terms of anything weird.
Yeah, but they've got to hear us do it, not see us do it.
If you like, if you want us to do like a how do you beat X?
Don't ask me.
Rich has got a cunning plan. It involves a gnaw hole and making charges.
Yeah,
it's never failed. Apart from
we'd be happy to do something like if you want us to like how do you beat Ilario? You know, what things counter her really well, or things like that, or we'd happily go through something like that for you and give you some ideas that might be something, you know, might point in the right direction or something you could try. You know, if you're interested, just let us know. We're always happy to do different shows if you want it. But apart from that, I think that's it for today.
It is. Where have you been? Well, there's one question, Matt.
I've already told you where I was lurking. I was looking at 40k stuff.
Okay.
That's what I mean. He's even done it this time, so he can't even go, oh, what are you been perving at?
Yeah.
It's not really perving, is it? It's just everyone else looking at it too.
I mean, that's just
there's a name for that, yeah.
Voyeuristic lurking worm.
No, I don't do that.
Wink. Your secret's safe with us, Matt.
Okay, right.
And our millions of listeners.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, millions. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. And we'll see you later.
Yeah, don't forget to check out our social media, guys. Have a look at all of those and comment to us, tell us what you like and all that stuff. And nice to speak to you again.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.